있잖아요. 그러면 울바를
Dear visitors, firstly I want to show you the important part of this underground city, ventilation shaft. Follow me. Okay, everybody, this is the deepest tunnel of the underground city. This was their ventilation shaft. Starting from here to the bottom, this tunnel is about 110 meters. And this was for fresh air, ventilation, and the second, communication. Because let's say you are a soldier, my friend, and you are keeping your watch here, and I am in level 10, let's say. So you have to tell me something, but you have to run in the tunnels. It's going to take some time, but it is urgent situation. You tell something, thanks to echo, we can communicate from level 1 to level 10 to level 15, doesn't matter. And the third one is water well for fresh water until they find the spring. They continue digging, then after they supplied fresh water, we have this stone, and the next one they put a big wooden stick here and a wheeling system for getting fresh water from the water well. And the last one, the purpose of this, a lift. So you see another marks on the stone. It shows that they pulled something out by thick ropes, and the stone is soft, that's why it made it a little bit deeper. You can see the example here. For one tunnel there are 4 purposes. This is totally man-made. In this underground city, during our visit, we never going to see any natural cave, natural tunnel. This is 100% man-made building. Okay.
Pani içeride ama.
Tamam.
Masaya ayırın.
날이 추워질 것 같아.
This is the official entry of the underground city. This underground city became a part of UNESCO in 1985. Since 1985, this is on the list of UNESCO. For this reason, after UNESCO days, they renovated, restored, and cleaned up many sections, many levels of this underground city, and there was a regular cave entry for this. But after official work, they started to build this, then all these walls, stairs, and big tunnels, all after renovation and restoration. Before, they had only small entries and very small tunnels. But after going downstairs, when we turned from that corner, we started to see some big and very interesting tunnels. And please put your hand.
얘를 잘해요.
Allah Allah.
Okay, follow me this way.
이런 동전으로 딱 이렇게. 그러니까 이 겉에 펴면은 망치나 이런 거를 탁 깨서 쪼개버리면 이런 분들
Hi, dear visitors, come closer please. This is the first level of the underground city. Totally for leading to your underground city, there are 16 levels. But since UNESCO Day, since 1985, only 8 levels have been offered for visitors. The reason, after level 8, the rest of the underground city is getting riskier and dangerous. It is unsafe. For this reason, since 1985, visitors have been visiting only 8 levels for this underground city. Because on the walls there are many cracks and some of the rooms already collapsed. Same for the tunnels. For this reason, our visit for this underground city will be totally 8 levels. And level 8 is about 60 meters. 60 meters down from surface to the level 8, 60 meters. And after level 8 to level 16, about 60 meters more, which makes 120 meters in total for this underground
Por
city.
eso hicieron esos
Levels
tipos de
and for
cuevas.
total.
Normalmente la
And
primera
this
parte
underground city
pertenece
was
a
built
los
by
antiguos,
Assyrians
como habíamos
first. Do you know
hablado.
Assyrians?
Esa es la
Have
primera
you ever heard them before?
civilización que vivió en
Assyria or
Capadocia.
Assyrian
Los
Empire
hititas
from
vivieron en el año
2500
200
BC.
Cristo.
It's the same age, the underground city. This underground city totally 4,500 years long. But first couple levels, like level 1, level 2, and level 3, was built by Assyrians, and after Assyrians, the other important big empire was Hittite Empire, 2000 BC. And during that time, underground buildings were always there, food storages, because you feel temperature. So this is cooler than outside, right? And this temperature never changes through the year. In winter, we are having, because of continental climate in Cappadocia, some nights like minus 15, minus 20. In those freezing days, the temperature here 16 to 20. In summer, we are having mostly 35, 36 Celsius degrees, but some crazy days can be up to over 40 Celsius degrees. It's hot, quite hot. It's like burning outside, but in this underground city, temperature is still the same. For 12 months, for a year, temperature never changes. That's why Assyrians and Hittites built first couple levels as their food storages. And the food was mainly wheat. These caves were wheat. Actually, they stored their wheat in a couple levels of this underground city. But after ancient civilizations, when the new history started, because the first or new era started with Jesus Christ, right? When he born, so after his birth, so the new era started, and we call that AD, Anno Domino. And before AD, we call it BC, before Christ. So after 30 BC, Roman Empire invaded Cappadocia and they settled. And during their times, about 40, 50 AD, Romans crucified Jesus Christ, and after his crucifixion, Romans totally forbid the new religion, Christianity. And that's why we say from approximately 50 AD until 395 AD. At that time, Christianity was forbidden or banned by Romans. At that time, early Christians living in Cappadocia, they decided to convert their underground storages into shelters. Nowadays, we call these buildings as cities, underground city. But we shouldn't say city because this wasn't for whole lifetime. This was for temporary times. If it's temporary, we can easily call it shelter. That's why I will say this was their underground shelter where they hid for a while. And the soldiers say that they had been hiding up to 2 months, because if you stay in this place over 2 months, vitamin D, there is no vitamin D here because there is no sunshine here. And this will be dark. Okay, nowadays we have lighting systems, but they got only linseed oil, very weak light source they have. And the other reason, this is cool, 16 to 20, not enough good temperature for humankind. That's why if you stay here over 2 months, they say, you may get sick and you may die. That's why maximum 2 months shelter here. And when did they hide? The hiding time wasn't certain. Maybe summer, maybe winter, we don't know it exactly because there is no written document coming from this underground city. Instead, we say that probably it was after spring, because nowadays transportation is one of the easiest thing, right? You flew here by plane. Maybe in your countries the train system's very good, right? In Koreans, I know. So, but in ancient days, only camels, horses, and by foot, by walk, we travel to other places. That's why for big armies, for attacking to Cappadocia, if you choose winter time, in winters we had couple meters of snow here. So no one can walk and they will freezing. So that's why probably after spring during summer season they raid to Cappadocia and they return back to their hometowns again. That's why probably they had been hiding here during summer season, summer months we say. So why did they hide? This is another question. And the answer is again religion. Because of the religion, pagan Romans executed every single Christians without judging, without asking. Let's say I am a Roman soldier, you are a Christian. I kill you directly because the purpose, if you spread your religion, is going to be big threat in the future for my empire. Maybe we get weak, maybe we lose, our empire will fall just because of the religion. That's why they forbidden and they killed Christians in Cappadocia and in the border of Roman Empire. So then, during their height, they cooked in the kitchen, they continue to produce their wine, and from now on I will start to show you some sections and levels for the underground city. But lastly, I want to mention about this after 400s, after 395, what happened? Firstly, Romans divided because in 313 AD they signed an agreement. The name of the agreement, Milano. After Milano agreement, Romans split West and East Roman empires they had. East Roman empires, the other common name, Byzantine Empire. And in 395, their king, Constantine the Great, and his mother, Queen Helene, they organized the first Christian council. After organizing that council, Christianity became the official religion for Byzantines. So then, after 400s AD, they didn't need to hide anymore because Christianity was okay. And after 400s AD, by next generations, they never used this, and this became forgotten. And this was discovered in 1963. After discovery, 1985 is the date when UNESCO inscribed this on the World Heritage List. This is the history. After this, we see levels and sections together. This way. This is our first level. As far as we know, this was built during Assyrian times, and this level is the oldest level of the underground city. This is about 4,500 years old. But after third level, level 4, level 8, level 7, they are going to be different and new levels. Why I am saying new? Because those levels were built by Christians after 1st century. That's why this is the oldest, and the lower stairs are the recent. Okay, it is like 2,000 years ago, but still we can say recent point. And this section, this room, was their kitchen. How do we know it? The first detail here, tandoor, fireplace. Look at the wall, please, covered up with smoke and burned. And the other detail, number 1, number 2, and number 3 back there. You can see 3 chimneys. Chimneys for smoke, of course, because if the smoke stays, carbon monoxide, it kills people. That's why they built couple ventilations or chimneys where smoke goes out. But for smoke, I will say another thing, because if you set fire here, you are the citizens, you are hiding here. I'm the soldier searching your houses looking for you. So then I see the smoke and I understand that they are here. That's why you have to set fire always in a nighttime. As possible as you can, you keep the food here, but the food will be mostly dried fruits, veggies, some other easy and quick food for you. If you need to set fire here, so it has to be only for meat maybe, if you need protein during your hike. So at that time you can set fire, but it needs to be in a night time again, because in the darkness no one can see the smoke easily. And we have small carvings, and on the opposite wall you can see the similar one, same one. As you remember, these are all for light, linseed oil. So now they vanish. Still level 1 until here we have seen a living room, big room where I mentioned about the history, kitchen, and this is the winery. They put the wine in there, I mean grape in there, then it's then the juice flows into this pool and using their big jars. They fill them with juice and they keep it for fermentation. Fermentation takes couple months later, your juice turns to wine. Because in the first days of the Christianity, wine was accepted as blood of Jesus Christ. That's why nowadays they are drinking wine, or during their ceremonies in the church, like wine and bread ceremonies, they have a piece of bread into the wine, and I give it to you, I mean Father or priest gives it to you, and then you eat it during your ceremonies. That's why back in the days, about 2000 years ago, even in the station, you need to produce some wine for religious purposes. Wine was the first. Second, vinegar, because vinegar keeps your food longer. Like if you have fresh fruits, fresh veggies, you keep it in the vinegar, vinegar keeps it longer, as you know. So it is how we prepare pickles or some other foods. We go to the second level, and this tunnel is long and narrow. Please watch your hand, watch your step, and about 15 meters long, 15 meters later, we pass the second level.
Entonces el jugo libre pasaba por ahí.
Sí.
Aquí posiblemente había una tabla o algo, me imagino que ataque la uva. Al caer, me imagino que bueno, acá ese hoyito más chico caen semillas, todo lo que no se colaba. Pero esto quedaba fermentado.
You can see an extra space as a pit, as a food storage. Let's say we are a family and the ruler said that cave belongs to us. We have to spend our days, our weeks in there, and during our stay in that cave room, we use our own food because we have our private individual storage section in there, and for our wine, water, food, everything, we keep it in there. Of course, we block the door and block the entry by wooden doors. And they have wooden doors, but nowadays we have this iron materials, they are usable.
Bueno, ahora vemos depósitos de alimentos. Todos esos huevos que tenemos ahí abajo eran depósitos de alimentos, eran despensas. Por ejemplo, esta parte pertenecía a una familia y entonces siguen haciendo sus cosas en la cocina, después por aquí guardaban. Y normalmente tenían unas escaleras de madera para bajar y subir a estas partes.
And this is prepared by people, so this was their shortcut from here. This was downstairs directly. There are many connections by tunnels, by shortcut tunnels, like this example. Living room section, you can take a look.
우리도 있는 no, de que yo quiero ir al baño, me refiero a ellos.
Claro, entiendo, sí, sí.
¿Y pueden mesa ir al baño?
Es que por aquí no tenemos.
Okay, all here. So, everybody, there is another space here. And for this space, that was a door, stone door for blocking this extra space. But just below all this space, there is another tunnel. And we walk through the tunnels, right? Low and narrow tunnels. There is a purpose of it. It wasn't about the height of people. They weren't so tall, they weren't so short people as well. We know it from the skeletons, which the surgeons discovered in this underground city. But this is completely different story because let's say this is the same tunnel, low and narrow tunnel, right? And bigger than that stone door, there are some round shaped big stone doors. One example down there. It was located in the middle of the next tunnel. The purpose of it, let's imagine a stone door, big one here. I push it from the side, and this tunnel will be blocked. You're the enemies. I'm the underground citizen. I block the door. But you still keep pushing the stone door because it was made of same material. This is volcanic ash. The whole underground city's layer is volcanic layer, including totally volcanic ash. So then, I block the door right in the middle of the stone door. Next one, you see this hole, this size of hole. If anyone comes closer or open the door, I use the weapons thanks to the hole in the middle. So, tunnels are one of the most important defending systems for the underground cities because they are low and narrow for big guys like Roman soldiers, 2 meters long swords, big shields, and big guys. Tunnels slow them down. And the second defending system is this space. Let's say they opened up the stone door. They are walking to downstairs. So then we open this up, we hit them in the head directly. Like a booby trap. Do you know booby traps? Yeah, kind of booby trap we can say for this. And the third defending system, stone doors, I will show you in the downstairs. So now we got it. You can go first, no problem. Alright, now this is level 3. Kayıp mı oldun sen? Gel bakayım buraya. Nereye gitti seninkiler? Gel. Babası bırak. I think he is lost. Yeah, I just asked his family but he's not responding. Çocuğu da bırakmazsın burada ya.
Yani.
Okay, dear visitors, this is level 3. Level 3 has the beginning of that tunnel. That tunnel, according to the surgeons, linked to the next underground city. Next underground city's name is probably you've seen it, Kaymaklı. Kaymaklı underground city. But the distance between Kaymaklı and Derinkuyu underground city is about 6 kilometers. They say that they never prove it, by the way, it is a theory. Theory says this tunnel going to the next underground city like 6 kilometers long. And as you can see, that tunnel is wider than previous tunnels. It will give us a chance for running away altogether. That's why it is still low, but large, big tunnel. We can escape together easily. This is the theory. Like 10 to 15 meters of the tunnel is open. The rest of the tunnel blocked by officials because it is getting riskier. Many parts of the tunnel collapsed. There are many cracks on the walls. For this reason, we are not going to do that tunnel. Actually, after that light, there is no more lighting system inside. It is totally, completely dark. Instead, we go this way to level 4.
En Capadocia tenemos muchas teorías. Hay personas que dicen que este túnel, por ejemplo, se va a otra ciudad subterránea, que es la ciudad subterránea más segunda.
Example of a stone door.
Voy a pasar por aquí. Hay una teoría que dice que se va a otras ciudades subterráneas. pero también dicen que entre sus casas y las ciudades subterráneas tienen camioneras. O sea, en lugar de entrar por la entrada, directamente de sus casas podían alcanzar a esta parte. Todavía no sabemos, solamente los arqueólogos de Capadocia nos cuentan como una teoría.
Okay, hey everybody, this is level 4. Level 4 has this big space of the ventilation shaft. I showed the outside, the beginning of the ventilation. This is about 25 meters below. Another big space for seeing the rest of the tunnel. You can step up and you can take a look. Yeah. You can take a look how deep and how big it is. You can see this is also 100% man-made. Yeah. Sen gitmedin mi? Ben yanıma geldim.
Babam geri kaybetti.
Nerede lan? Nerede
En
kaybettin?
son ben saklanıyordum, babam yukarıdaydım. Babam geri buradaydı.
Belki dışarı çıkmışlardı. Şeye gittin mi güvenliğe? Ben ondan biliyor musun?
Ne yapayım?
İstersen bizde kal. Biz bir aşağı kata gideceğiz. Oraya da bakarsın. Ya da ben giderim abi
Öyleyse
dersen.
babam gel aşağı indik. Buraya yeniden geldik. Ben yukarı çıkmıştım o zaman.
Sen tersten gittin. Seninkiler buradan gitmiştir.
Bir tane pembe ve şey gördünüz mü? Siyah saçlı resim gördünüz mü? Ay siyah saçlı bir de. Farklı bir tane gördünüz mü?
Yukarıda yok değil mi? Okay, come closer, please. I can show you another different shortcut. Yeah, come closer. Come. And I show you with my finger. You can see some carvings on the wall. Those are like steps for climbing upstairs and downstairs. But I know it is hard to catch the first space in there. Probably they had wooden ladder here. By wooden ladder, you are climbing upstairs or downstairs like shortcut. And the second purpose of this, ventilation shaft again, ventilation tunnel, because fresh air comes to this level, going upstairs to another levels and sections. So now, everybody, we got the level 8, which is the deepest level for visitors. This tunnel will be the longest tunnel, about 45 meters long, and there are 105 steps. I showed you one stone door back there. You are going to see two more stone doors. The first one, 10 meters, located on the right. The second one, 30 meters, located on the right again. So after seeing second stone door, we walk 10 meters more, and we are going to be in level 8. So, ready? Yeah.
Return also return back here, right?
Yes.
Oh, because I keep order and I late.
Okay, if you like, you can sit in there. You can wait for us. We got level 8, yeah, and you come back. Okay, everybody. Let's go.
To record there.
Yeah, sure. I don't know your body. You cannot take it when you go.
Antes del bajar a la parte más profunda de la ciudad subterránea, yo les llevamos a esta chimenea de ventilación y por este lado también tenemos el otro más grande. Todo esto era por el aire. Aquí la flash, sí, gracias. Pueden ver los huequitos en las paredes. Se utilizaban como una escalera para subir y bajar a otras plantas, ¿no? En el caso de peligro utilizaban. Y como está muy alto, como alcanzaban por ahí, utilizaban escaleras de madera. Como
Here, everyone, this is level 8. Level 8 has 6 more sections. I will show you them one by one. The first one is a church. Church, you can see, and the sign or carving on the wall, this is a cross. So, the soldiers, after discovering this section, they seen the cross first, and they thought probably this was built after Christianity. And then they dug more. I mean, this was a bit full of materials, like this is everything. So then they discovered one more detail. Come closer. The plan of this building, like a cross. You see the cross? Cruciform, they call it cruciform. And after seeing all these details, they thought that this was a church, and this was built by Christian people. Because before Christianity, this religion in Cappadocia was paganism. You know paganism, right? Multiple gods they had, over 10,000 of gods they had. And for Greek people, the name of the religion was paganism, or that period called Hellenistic period. At that time, they were Christian. They had many sky gods like Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, or some other sky gods, and they gods were everywhere. So then, the soldiers thought that we never see this example. They had always their temples like pagan temple. And pagan temples never looked like this. That's why we are sure that this was built after Christianity. Especially after level 3, we say it was built by early Christians living in Cappadocia. But the difference between this and Selime Cathedral. In Selime Cathedral, you visited cathedral, church, and chapel. In cathedral, big church, you've seen some wall paintings. Those wall paintings are from 900s AD. But this church from 1st century or 2nd century AD, that's why there is no wall painting system yet. That's why we never see any single wall paintings in underground churches. This is the difference. So now, here we're on this section. And this big room was a part of church. We are saying this because there are 3 pillars. First, second, and the third. And 3 in Christianity means Trinity. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And the other detail on the ceiling. you can see a triangle here. This triangle also represents Trinity. This is the first theory. And the second one, this section, this room was their jail, prison, where they kept prisoners. My friend, come closer please. Your back to the wall, your back. Arms up, wall. Okay. You see the hole? The other one, we tie him up. Then we beat him, we torch him. Then we try to get some information from him if he is our not friend, if he is an enemy. Let's say we captured him in level 1. Then we tied him up here and we try to get some information. For example, how many people you are, why you are here, what is your purpose, about some extra information we can get. So then, other one. I said there were 8 more levels. Another tunnel. It doesn't seem that nice, but so this is lower than previous tunnels and narrower, still for one person, right? This is the most original tunnel for this underground city, at least until level 8. I am saying this because all the other tunnels where we walked, all innovated and restored. They made them a little bit taller, higher, and a little larger or wider. The reason, so nowadays we are fit, we are young here, but some days we are having some old people, like fat people, so they cannot walk in there. So imagine, 150 kg, big guy here, no chance. That's why they made them bigger and comfortable, but many tunnels used to look like this. And if you hold your hand here, you can feel, yes, you can feel fresh air still comes. It shows that there are more levels. Of course, we know it, there are 8 more levels. And the next. There is another tunnel here. This is bigger than this one, that example. But this is dead end. Like dead end, yes. Like 3 meters long. It ends there. That's the wall. You see? That's the wall, like 3 to 4 meters long tunnel. And the theory, the story about this tunnel, they wanted to build another tunnel, connection tunnel to the next section or maybe next level. But maybe they seen a danger or maybe this was unnecessary after some point. That's why they stopped building. This is going nowhere.
How many lovers do you have in your life? How many men can you love you? 10, 20? 1?
Many visitors confused about this because they think that this tunnel is going another sections or levels, but it is not. This is going to ventilation shaft, 10 meters long tunnel. 10 meters later, there is a small room. That small room has a small space where you can see the bottom of the same ventilation shaft. We see it outside. Level 4, level 8 has another space for seeing the same ventilation shaft. If you like, you can walk 10 meters, see the bottom, come back here.
Everybody here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
이쪽이 훨씬 작네.
There are 2 more sections. That is here, next one is there. As you can take a look, this is another water well. I said that ventilation shafts were used as their water well, but if enemies understand, there is no chance for them to say they are not trying to attack you. they wait outside for you. And they discovered your tunnel. They see that there is water in there, and they can poison your waters, and they can kill you without fighting. For this reason, they had another extra safe water valve here. You see this space and the next a stick filling system for getting water. This tunnel is about 30 meters long tunnel. Another safe option for drinking fresh water for the underground citizens.
Also, we have extra more. Okay. This area also used is very nice.
And in the next section, everybody, we have seen the church, meeting room, or holy section, a part of church, we can say. And here is another one. This one was their confession room. You know, confession, confess. So, you know, sinners, they confess their sins to the Father. And let's say, I am a sinner. I stand here, I don't see the Father in there. Father sits, and I confess my sins, because this is like a semicircle tunnel. And in the semicircle tunnel, they confess their sins, and then Father listens, and they forgive them. This is a part of Christianity as well. That's why I'm saying this whole level, holy level. So, but our people, villagers, they think that this was a place where they made wish. This is for wishing. And they say if you do this spin once, you'll be married. If you do this twice, you'll be divorced. And I say it is your option, it is your chance to wish anything here. If you like, turn on your flashlight, go in from here, and you come out from there. And before you do that, make a wish. You can wish to be rich, you can wish to be successful, whatever you like. It is up to you, and this once you should try. We are here for once. It doesn't have to be only marriage, you can wish another. Yeah, you do that. Watch your head. Okay. Where? Straight. Just walk. Tunnel takes you. Bye bye. See you next time.
Power goes down and reaching to here and bottom. Please look at here the air test. Look at here, less activity, but more activity. Why? Fresh air coming to the cold air here. The other is just opposite, like a hot air. So the fresh air coming, never has a contamination. If you don't have to over this hot water,
Okay. Sir. I mentioned that there are 6 levels. We have visited 5 of them, and this is the next and the last section in level 8. And as you can read, this is grapes. The tunnel is about 20 meters long tunnel. We did 2 rooms. The first room, this big, and the second room a little bit smaller than this room. And the first room, big room, has a space. It looks like when a storage room, storage section, you remember the pit, looks the same. And people think that it was a storage, but I say no, it wasn't storage, it was for that body. Because this section was used as their morgue. You know morgue? M-O-R-G. At hospitals. Cold rooms where they keep dead bodies. So they did the same. Why the same? Because that's everybody's locals and of course ladies, pregnant, kids, babies, adults, soldiers, anyone may die. If they die, there is no chance to take them out because oxygen is dangerous and everybody is looking for us. And we have to keep our dead bodies in somewhere. The police and we drag them to the rooms and we keep the dead bodies in there. And the level of oxygen is lower in there because except the tunnel, it supplies oxygen, but there is no more extra ventilation.
Benim yerime de oku.
Arkadaşlar da sessiz alın lütfen. I was going to say the oxygen level is too much, let's say. So oxygen makes the bodies going bad. So then it smells bad and you have to plug them in there and viruses, bacteria, everything will be a problem. So that's why less oxygen and this process will be slow. So then slowly they go back and we're gonna burn too much time for keeping them more in that section. For this reason we are saying that section was there more temporary, more where they kept dead bodies. And when they release that, we take the deaths, we carry them outside by ventilation shaft, by tunnels maybe. So then we bury them into our regular cemeteries. Temporary, more for the dead bodies here. So this is like the ventilation tunnel, 20 meters, and you come back here, okay? This is our meeting point. And after the crowd, you can go.
Boşmuş ya. Boş. Mezarlık değil ama kimi gömecekler abi burada?
It seems okay if you like. Feel free to quickly. You can watch
Ya kimse gelmesin de
O zaman karşıya gelmeyin.
Hadi gelin bakayım.
Burhan abi sen orada tut milleti ha.
Nehir. Hadi görüşürüz.
Dur bir onlar bir gitsin de gene onu karşıya koyalım. Geçelim mi? Hadi. Yere dokunsun diye.
별로 안 좋아.
야, 좀.
아 없네.
왜?
그 막혔어. 막혔다고. 봐봐. 비춰봐. 아니야 통합이 있겠지. 아니야 없어. 없어. 들어봐.
내가 두 개가 있대.
어? 없어 막혔어.
그래?
응. He said it's blocked.
아?
He said it is blocked.
아, 예, 스프라이트.